Okay, I just wanted to go ahead and show the three lineups that I was able to go ahead and create today using the Lineup HQ tool on Rotogrinders.com. I went ahead and set my build rules up to go with 2 3-man stacks, and then I went ahead and, since I'm creating 3 lineups, selected 3 separate primary stacks, went with Washington, Atlanta, and the New York Yankees. And then basically I go ahead and then I go by position and see who is a good play at each position. Sometimes they include different positions inside of the stack, and you don't want those positions, you don't want those players, so you can easily go ahead and then X them out or add them back in. And I just keep rerunning this optimizer until I get what it is that I'm looking for. So these are the 3 lineups that I went ahead and was able to enter into tonight's contest. I went with Adrian Hauser, Justin Verlander, a Philly stack of Real Muto, Rodriguez, and Segura, along with the Brave stack of Freddie Freeman, Matt Joyce, and Ronald Acuna. And then it gave me Chris Davis in the outfield from Oakland and Nick Solak, the second baseman from the Rangers. In the first lineup, used all 50,000 salary with a combined ownership of 83%. The second lineup used Steven Brault and Yu Darvish as my pitchers with a 3-man stack of Gary Sanchez, DJ LeMahieu, and Aaron Judge. And they paired those 3 with Ryan McMahon, Trevor Story, and Sam Hillard from the Colorado Rockies. And then it gave me Mitch Moreland and Jared Dyson as one-offs. Also used 50,000 total and a 95% total ownership, slightly higher, 12% higher. And then lastly, Drew Smiley and Michael Pineda gave me a 3-man stack of Washington with Matt Adams, Anthony Rendon, and Victor Robles. And I mixed it with a Milwaukee stack of Yasmani Grandal, Trent Grisham, and Christian Yelich. One-offs include in this one Francisco Lindor and Gleyber Torres. This lineup combined only has an accurate percentage of 58% projected ownership and a 49,900 use of the salary cap. I like going with the 3 stacks because although it limits the upside using full 5-man stacks in case any one of these teams scores double-digit runs tonight, it's typically picking the 3 best players, and like I mentioned earlier, I'm going and excluding the players that they include, which could be the night's high point per dollar play, high value plays, and I'm cross-referencing that against their plate IQ page and their pitching matchup versus the handedness of the pitcher, checking the ISO and the WOBA versus the handedness of pitcher, and putting a little bit more of my own influence on the lineup HQ, and typically only entering into 3 entry max or low dollar entry 20 max entries, as those also are a little bit easier competition. And for any 3 entry max, then I have the max that you can enter into each contest with very different lineups. I only set a max exposure of 33%, so that I'm only going to be having one guy in every single lineup. No one guy is going to make it or break it for me tonight, so it's very risk averse type of a strategy. And then from here, say you're going to go and enter into like single entry or cash game lineups, you could even increase the total exposure. But what I'll do is I'll typically just take one of the three that has the highest projected ownership. So this second lineup used all 50,000, also just like the first one, and then it also has the highest projected ownership of the three that it generated for me at 95%. So this one, as you can see, has two of the better stacks and more of the value and high priced or high owned pitcher for tonight's slate. So I'll get the exposure to the Colorado game. I'll have a one-off with Boston on the other side, and then I'll have a three-man stack with the New York Yankees, also one of the top stacks of the night. So just give you a little sneak peek into my process lately for the MLB DFS, and how to create some lineups, and then how you can go through and then start to X out some players that they give to you that you may not want to go ahead and use if you're on a time crunch and you're thinking that I want to use the optimizer for the convenience. You still need to go in and make sure that you're only making plays for a reason and not making suboptimal plays because the lineup optimizer gave them to you, but they don't really quite make sense. Overall, you're going to have a better lineup by not having perhaps the best play of the night, but you're going to have two better plays when you take out the high point per dollar play, the low salary play that you probably would regret using, but it's not really going to kill you in the lineups. And even still, on any given night, Mike Trout could get you a 0, and I'd rather have two guys who have a really good matchup splits against the pitcher for the night, and they're a little underpriced but not the cheapest play. We don't need to play players from the Miami Marlins more than necessary, let's say, for example. So thanks so much for watching. Please, if you like to see any future videos, subscribe, like, comment down below what you think of these lineups, what you think of my process, what do you think about I might be able to improve upon, any insights. Feel free to leave those in the comment section. And thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.